Welcome, Hammer. Glad you joined.
I don't think my bot's notified anyone yet. Or maybe it has. Yes, it has.
I'm trying a new bot. My other one was so lazy, didn't react at all.
Mine stopped working for a bit. It would send out notifications at 3 in the morning. And I
Right.
streamed like 14 hours before, and I'm like, what the freak?
Yeah, I saw this one. I remember. That was funny.
It was so annoying. I'm like, what the freak?
I'm trying a new bot. My other one. Yo, hey, Blade Master, what's up?
Yeah, my audio is fine, so we're good to go.
Sick. Mine should be good too. Who's gonna dance? What's up, nobody? Jose, Baz, Glenn, Dirty. What's up, Dirty? We just hanging. Where's everyone at? Oh,
You
I should
need
probably go to your
to jump to us.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
standing
do that.
next to Hound.
Yeah, jump to us.
I gotta find you guys. 1 second.
Yep.
Are we over by Bloods?
Thanks for the donation, Eli. Wait till he comes. I've got a surprise for him. It's gonna be kind of crazy because we have to read chat, but also I technically can't mute myself while talking to you guys.
Nope, you
Like I
can't.
can't mute myself to read chat. That's the issue.
Tell us all
Yep.
your secrets.
Oh, there you are.
Yep, I'm forced.
Yeah, let's see how this goes if we split viewers. So, if you're watching the stream, make sure you have Hound's stream, N3GAN's stream, and mine on at the same time.
Yep.
So many streams going on.
And make sure there's a 10-second delay so you hear all of us every time we talk.
It would be cool to know who has the shortest delay.
Probably
Yeah.
you. I mean, mine is terrible. It's every time that I stream, it's like 30 seconds.
I
Plus-
think it all depends on people's internets as well.
I have a very
Yeah.
good internet connection, but I'm always delayed. Like
No, I mean like I see what you
on
mean.
their end, you mean? I feel like on
Yeah,
my
yeah.
end there is a delay. Like somehow I can't.
I'll
get
find
it.
out how long my delay is.
Mine is always random. Sometimes I got
Okay.
30 seconds.
Here we
when I
go. I'm gonna
started.
test mine real quick. Test 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Mine real quick. 1, 2, 3.
Are you muted, N3GAN, now? But that was pretty
6
short.
seconds.
It was 6
6
seconds,
seconds.
right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty
Yeah.
nice, actually.
I know by default I should have like 3 seconds because I'm doing the NDI thing. So aside from everything else, I have that 3 seconds, but mine's probably much longer than that.
And every time it's yacht, and when you need a very
What's up,
short
love?
lag, then you have the biggest lag possible.
Of course. They're asking if we could do the baby shark. I think the answer is no, right?
Baby shark?
Yeah.
It depends. If Torrent
If
shows
Torrent
up and
shows
tells
up,
us
we'll
we
do
got some
Torrent
reward
Shark.
for you, then probably.
Maybe. Torn Shark. Come on, Torn. You know you can do it.
Where is he? Let's ping him. Did you ping
He's
him?
probably here. You know what? I'll send him my my link. Because he
Okay,
gave me a
perfect.
thumbs up. It wasn't
gave
a
you
no.
this.
He just gave me a
Ah.
thumbs up.
Okay, let's see.
I'll
Let's
send him my link.
I put you in the picture. And
Get
let's
over here,
see
you lazy boy.
whose name is going to change first.
All three of us sit next to each other so we can see.
And what's your gold?
Oh, watch the gold. Don't take my billion gold, please. I paid good money for that.
Yeah, hard work in it.
All right. Link sent to Torin. We'll see what happens.
We should ask Torin to open all 3 of our streams too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With 10-second delay so he can listen to all of us. Yeah, I like this. This is good. I feel like if there's like 10 of us and we all talk about like new things that are getting added to the game, it'd be very cool.
Yo, did you guys watch that video?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I somewhat watched it. I was driving to the hospital.
Extremely disappointing.
Because of
Is
the
it
video?
is it disappointing?
Yeah.
What was wrong with it? Tell me.
Okay, so in my mind, the perfect scenario for Asgard would be minimum clans, so it's not everyone that's playing, and now it's everyone that's playing in the same map. Essentially, it's Jot, except instead of the rocks, you have thrones or towers that you have to sit around instead of
Wait,
the rocks.
is it an open server
It's an open
format?
server, yes.
Yeah, it's open source.
No, so it's everyone.
It is,
Everyone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
It's
gonna
terrible.
be. Well, that's pretty bad. I thought we were gonna have like 8 clans clash it out
That's
against
what
each other.
I even went as
Oh
far
my
as guessing 8 kingdoms, not 8 clans, 8 kingdoms going up against
Yeah.
each
Is-
other.
Yeah.
What's up with everyone?
Oh my god!
It's gonna be a blood versus ret.
It's gonna be so yeah.
Event
It's gonna be
again.
blood. I think okay. So blood and ret, we're gonna hold it for sure. But I think the runner ups, we're gonna have Spartak. They're gonna definitely.
Everyone else. I think
Yeah.
everyone that has T8s that's maxed that can hold a
Yeah.
tower is
Like
pretty much good to
Spartak,
go.
Legends Reborn.
Bigger clans, just go down the list, bro.
Yeah, all big clans. Rin and
Cal-
blood. Yeah, anyone basically six. I would say maybe 50 trill and up.
100%, yeah.
Don't say that. We're just 20T.
Okay, fine. I mean, you guys might be able to, but the thing is, how quick are you going to be able to get back into those towers to defend it? Right? I feel like smaller clans that have big hitters will be able to kick people out, but it's going to be a consistent. Like, how often are you going to be able to kick them out and progress forward?
And the thing
My
is,
first thought was it's gonna be an event for burning boosts because
100%,
I don't know
yeah.
how this event is gonna last for, but if you need to activate your boosts for
It's
hours,
for a whole day, though, right? Like it's
Oh.
the whole day worth essentially, and then it's a 1-day event, right? That's what they said.
it is, yes.
so activate your big
24
boost
hour
for
event.
24 hours.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna be expensive.
I don't feel excited about it, to be honest. I thought at the very most we would have 8 kingdoms. This is just Jot. I'm gonna be there scouting people again, I think. But it would be interesting to see how they pair it up with other events. So like, do we get slaughter? Do we get some sort of kill event at the same time? Or is it just going to be purely holding the throne that gives you, or holding the towers that gives you time?
Yeah.
Master did the math. 144 big boosts for 24 hours.
Oh my
This is
gosh.
also a good question that others are asking. Whether we would still be able to hit towns. I mean, the open area does sound like something where you should be able to sit there and still hit towns, but if
The
somehow...
question is, what's the open area for if you cannot score at all? If the only way you can score is holding towers, so what's the purpose of the open area?
It's just for people to... Because keep in mind, every time you hold a tower, only then you're able to move closer to the building,
Yeah,
which somehow doesn't make sense because if you
You
hold...
can only have a few people there, right?
Yes, you can have minimum amount of people there. It's like 8 slots, I think. But that's the thing. That's the kicker. It's like if you hold it and you want to move there, you have to pull. You can't just jump. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the points I was a bit, I don't know, confused about because it says you can advance once you capture the tower, but you cannot jump when you're actually in the tower. And how are you going to do it? So you need to pull and then jump, but then it's going to get attacked, or you hold it and then your teammates advance
if
to
you
the
do
next
have
tower.
enough clan members to have teammates do that, right? If it's like a
Yeah.
6-person clan, how do you do that? Yeah.
That's
You
not
can't.
possible. Yeah.
You can't. I want to know if the bridge breaks. Someone wants to know if the bridge breaks. I think it'd be a cool dynamic if you could stop people from crossing over for like X amount of time,
Welcome
like
to the
30-minute
stream,
break.
Aries.
How
Yeah.
many people you got watching, you guys?
I don't know. I have to check.
I have 16.
Whatever Nina
Viewers.
says, I will say 1 above him.
I have 8.
I have 4. Fuck. Wait, do I actually?
Probably.
Yep, I have 4. Shit.
You're 4.
Damn
They,
it.
they probably don't want to talk about the Asgard event.
Yeah, they don't want to listen to
Let's,
us.
do we want to switch topics then?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Blade Master got a fair point. He says the first row it's where the battlefield is going to happen. So I guess the big clans will be able to advance towards the middle, And as you need to capture one of the first ones, that's where the battle will start. Everybody's going to attack from the outside, but when you're in, you're kind of safe. You're just defending against those that are in as well.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And then there's also good points being mentioned here. It's like whether we'll be able to hold or reinforce buildings from the outlands, or are the outlands just for attacking? I guess because once you attack and you capture a building, then you should move closer to be able to reinforce. Again, it's something that we need to have Plarium clarify for us.
I don't think we're gonna learn about any of this crap until we actually get in there and learn it.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not gonna. I think this is the. I think this is the most info we're getting, and the next info we're getting is, hey, guess what? It's coming out in 3 days, and then we play it.
I agree. Yeah.
I think that's what's gonna happen.
Aries, you just want to burn everything? Yeah, please be my guest. I think we will be burning our credit cards.
Oh crap! What credit card?
I don't even feel like I'm ready for it. I have like 6 billion troops and I don't feel like I'm ready.
That's why I have bank offers right now. I got 3 gold ladders currently.
Yeah, I bought those.
Probably
I
a
feel
good thing
ashamed
to
of
prepare.
myself.
Yeah. Got a question from Time
I bought
Lord.
a bunch of stuff, but I wasn't fast enough to what's the word? Complete the buying. I kind of paused and then
Oh, you messed
it was
it
like,
up.
and then it reset. So
Wow.
I once did that accidentally without realizing that the day hadn't reset. Like there was 2 minutes, and I forgot that if I buy right now, my packs are gonna be gone. And then the store refreshed, and I didn't have any other offers.
yeah.
Mm. I once bought a subscription and the transaction wasn't going through, so I just clicked on the transaction again and did it again. So in the end, they debited my card 3 times.
Oh,
And I only got it once. But then I wrote to the support and they gave me 3 times the subscription. And I was happy because that was the
The
special
cheap ones,
Runic coin
huh?
subscription. I got like, what was it, 1 million coins for $20 or something?
Yeah.
wow.
That's why I still have so many Runic coins.
You're gonna spend £1,000 just for it? Don't even joke about it. I don't even want to think about it. I feel like it's
Probably.
gonna be troop killing event
I don't doubt
on
it.
steroids.
We got a question from Time Lord. He asks if our castle will unshield permanently near the towers.
I
That's
would
a
think
good
so.
question.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Because in order to advance, you have to attack, essentially, right? You have to attack the other player and
Yeah.
the other towers. So I would guess so. It's
It would
definitely
be a
an event
good
for
mechanic.
paying clans. It's not going to
Yeah.
be for everyone. The unfortunates. Again, if they would have probably heard us out and kind of thought about it a little bit more carefully, it could have been different, I guess.
Yeah.
And what do you think about the fact that it's the clan gathering the coins and the chief handing out the rewards?
Wait. Oh. I see. I haven't even watched the full video. I'm like, what? The chief has to hand out the rewards.
Yeah,
You don't
jump
even get
to-
it yourself.
Jump to 3 minutes 50 seconds. That's where they explain it. So you
Yeah.
get those medal of the Aesir that are given to the clan when you pass checkpoints, and you pass checkpoints by holding those towers. And then the Asgard store is where clan chiefs can exchange medals for treasures of the Aesir, which they can then gift to other clanmates.
Oh my gosh.
I guess it's just a game of performance. But then again,
Yeah.
someone like me
It's gonna-
who plays one troop type doesn't have as much of an advantage versus people that can change. There's
Yeah.
still a lot of strategy to be discussed, I think.
Yeah, and I think we see 2 new gears. I think that's the new shaman gear that they announced, and even 2 town skins that I did not see before, and 2 hero skins that are new.
Right. There's also another good question here on the chat. They're asking if a player gets booted onto the Outlands, which essentially means that they were in the circle, would they have to fight their way back up, or would they be able to jump back to where their clan is currently holding a tower? So a player who's small, theoretically, if they're not able to shield and they get booted into the Outlands, what exactly do they have to do? Do they have to go back across the bridge, or can they just jump to where their clanmates are, because their clanmates have already paved the way for them to advance? It's a very good question. Yeah.
It's a really good one. Yeah, because in theory it can happen that your clan is in the really the inner circle, and that they don't have any access to the outland anymore, and then you're basically unable to join.
Right. So would they just
For
be
you.
able to join, or would they be unable to join though? Do you think it's not going to be possible because your clan's holding it for you to just jump from the Outlands into it somehow?
I mean, it's an interesting mechanic, because it means that if you lose a tower, you lose potential reinforcements also for the other towers.
For the other towers,
And you need
because
to,
most
and
of
you
your
need
players are
to,
going to be far. Exactly.
yeah. So you really want to hold those towers. It's actually risky going towards the inner circle, because you lose your reinforcements basically from
Right.
clanmates that are not in the circle. And we know that these places are limited. From the first video, I counted these places where you can stand on the islands, and on the outer circle they started with 14, and in the inner circle it's only 6, and they deducted by 2 from every circle. So you really need to choose wisely who is going to jump and secure your place, and probably not go too much into the inner circle, because then the number of players that can stand there is very limited.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be very like your strongest are gonna have to be located in specific locations. I think the strongest will probably hold the border of the tower itself, so that when you know, like, again, it's obviously going to be a big battle between Blood and Ret. So between like Ret trying to get in or Blood trying to get in, our strongest are going to have to hold the middle, and it's going to be very spread out. I honestly think it's going to be like a group of players versus another group of players fighting for one specific section and kicking each other out. Instead of, like, typically, you know, where there's the throne, there's 8 onslaughts created to hit one specific target. I don't think we're going to be able to do that. And I think to be able to progress forward, you're going to have people, essentially, you have a tower that you're holding, a tower that you're fighting from, a tower that you want to attack. And the moment you kick them out, you move forward, and these guys need to jump forward. And then you have people ready to go and reinforce that other section as well. I think I kind of have a feeling that that's what it's going to be like. It's going to be a lot of like kicking in and out and moving closer to the center, and then trying to hold that center. And so I don't know. That's kind of my thought process behind how this is going to go. Is you're going to have teams of players ready to go and take over a specific section once you take that spot over, and then you're going to have a team specifically defend the main towers so that you can hold that throne. But
I agree.
I don't know.
The one thing that I wanted to add to that is I feel like the reason they might have removed the option for you to kill enemy troops to get points is because other clans who are smaller, let's say Ret or Blood, they can essentially just never go for the center, right? If they can get cheaper kills, smaller clans, they will just stay on the sides within the bounds and just keep going for the smaller clans, where they get those cheaper, easier points instead of
versus
advancing
scoring
to
in
the
the middle.
center. So it kind of makes a lot of sense for them to remove that option, so you don't just get points from killing the troops, but more you get points from holding the building. So like at first it was a little bit confusing, but kind of makes sense to me now that I think about it.
Lev was also saying, he's like, don't forget about the alliance role. That, you know, alliance is like, so as an example, like we've worked closely with Giants Reloaded, and so they helped us with Throne this past Throne, and it was there was a lot of help from them when we were playing this time around. So if we were to have them as well, again, if they're okay being like, yeah, we'll help defend your borders and then just reward us for the win. Same thing with Blood. Like if you guys have some. You know what? Rhett and Blood should just work together.
That's what I was telling everyone. I was like, in
it
the
would
end,
be
it's just
so
gonna be
unfair.
us.
It would be so unfair.
I mean, a potential strategy can be, and that's what you do during Fury, hold low-level towers to make sure others can score.
Cannot advance,
So
yes.
you could essentially block the entry by just holding 4 of those towers. Maybe agree with your alliance. They also take 4, and basically block the entrance towards the middle and make sure if nobody else can score, even few points, make sure you win.
I think greed is going to play a big factor because no one's going to want to settle, I guess, for minimum points or for second place. That is the one thing that we've seen. It's none of the bigger clans want to settle, and really no one in the game wants to settle for minimum points, minimum kills. So I think greed is going to play a very big role in all of this. So in theory, that would be a perfect scenario where if you can just hold the outer circle and not let anyone go through. But then again, how many people are gonna actually like do that versus just want to advance to get those Asgard troops kills, get those extra shards, and possibly win whatever the reward is? Especially because they were rumors of them being shaman gear, same like King's gear for heroes. So it seems like a really good reward to just pass up on.
Yeah, and in the video you could see, I mean, there was, I think it's shaman gear. It's gear, obviously, probably shaman gear. There is a counter. I don't know if you realized that. There's a counter on the items. The left one, I don't know, it's a necklace or something. It only allows you to buy it twice. And then there is a staff, and you're allowed to get 4 of them. So you can't get unlimited of these items, as it seems.
Did we already talk about this? About the whole like how you're able to only attack connecting bridges?
We kind of went over, but what
exactly? So around 2 minutes 36 seconds, your town cannot reinforce or attack. Like say from the outskirts. So say you're in the border and you're waiting to get in, you cannot reinforce obviously troops into like the middle or specific section. Your bridge has to be physically connected to the other one.
Yes.
So kind of that's interesting.
Yeah, that's
so
why
you need to kill the first tower, jump on the island, and then start from there.
Yeah.
But the question is, if you attacked from the outlands, the first tower in the row, your troops will be in. If you pull them, the tower will get attacked again. So basically, other clan mates will have to jump on this island in order
to defend it and hold
the second tower. Now, because you will be, I think you will be defending the first tower from the outlands.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, here's a question that I had for you guys. What are your thoughts on bigger clans, possibly Red and Blood and Spartak, splitting up? If you can only have X amount of players going on to hold those things, why not have 2 clans? Like, Red could easily make 3-4 clans. Blood could easily make 3 or 4 clans. Why not? Do you think that's going to be something that people are going to possibly be doing? Do you think that's something that is going to make it more difficult for others, I guess? Because by the way of the whole thing, I think it seems if you have 30 players, you're good to go. And in between both those clans, there's easily 30 divided by 2. So it's very interesting to see how strategy plays out.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of strategy, just you need.
But then again, we also have the alliances as well.
Yeah, I don't know if the alliance counts in the 4 towers, or if you're.
No, it wouldn't.
You can't advance with the alliance, but they could still hold your backline.
If there's a way to coordinate and be like, okay, this is an example. So we have Rhett, and then we have Giants Reloaded as an example. And let's say we split Rhett up in half, and they create another clan, and they alliance with another one. Technically, yes, there's 2 different alliances, but they could essentially help each other out, and they could. The 2 main clans hold the main areas, but then the other 2 clans are there to protect the borders. And as long as there's some sort of verbal communication, kind of like Discord, you guys could essentially coordinate the whole map and be like, okay, someone needs to hold this section. Someone needs to hold this section. Oh, we just lost this section. We need to retake it. Oh, we just lost this section where this needs to be retaken. Oh, let this one go. Someone else has it. Blah, blah, blah. And so essentially you could create four big clans to help, defend for the purpose of one clan to hold the title. But yeah, there could be four big clans essentially just for the sole purpose of one to win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of makes it very difficult to imagine how it turns out because
Yeah, I think there's
everyone
going to be a
wants to
ton
win.
of clans that join. I think we're going to see a huge merger of clans because, like, again, this isn't an event for smaller clans that have 5 guys. Like,
No.
you're gonna have to have bodies, and I think there's gonna be a bunch of clans that just join up for this purpose and be like, let's unite and work together and try to get something out of it. Or maybe there won't. Who knows? Maybe it'll be too expensive.
Yeah, that's kind of.
But it's not really that interesting. I mean, it's like hitting throne. It's not that interesting to help you another clan as an alliance because it's the clan that gets it. So if your alliance clan holds the tower, you as an allied
But then you could take.
and you're not getting points.
Yeah, but then you could take You're technically getting points though. You're taking points by holding the buildings. Maybe you don't place first, right? And the reason you don't place first is because you're not holding the center most, because that gives you off the most points. But in theory, if what N3GAN just said happens and clans do split up, bigger clans,
Yeah.
smaller clans do ally up, what is the odds saying that eventually those smaller alliance clans won't be in the center with the bigger guys just holding the border for no one else to be able to advance and then just placing first?
Yeah.
So I think there is this whole strategy that could play where people could possibly agree to take turns with it, so they can all get the same benefits. Plus, the ones holding the border still get points by holding the smaller buildings, just not as many as the ones in the center.
Yeah.
Welcome everyone that's in the chat. It's going to be expensive for some. Yeah, I think it's going to be expensive for a lot of people.
So is this
No.
Give Me Pioneer 10? That's
Cheap
another
event.
thing. We're going to have to find Pioneer 10.
Right.
That's going
Just
to be a gong show.
Just make sure you have 144 boosters of each kind to be boosted for 24 hours.
144. Let's see how many I have.
I can probably do one Asgard event.
I have. Let's see.
I think the biggest mistake here is that they've made it open to everyone.
Yeah,
Or
I
at
think that's a
least
huge mistake.
That's the way the advertisement makes it look. I tried to ask Torin, but didn't get an answer.
Holy crap.
So for me, that seems like the biggest loss. If this was a smaller version of Jot, everyone would have been extremely excited for it. Even though they would have probably not made as much of a benefit from it. Like maybe the rewards would have been terrible because it was open to a select few kingdoms. But now that it's open to everyone, I feel like it's going to just be horrible.
It's gonna be a gong show. It's good. I feel like there's gonna be so much lag. The game's gonna crash.
Yeah.
Because like you now not only, I mean, maybe it won't because now you have different towers doing different things, but at the same time, it's gonna be very.
I imagine
heavy.
100 clans hitting the first ring and hitting it at once. I feel like the first ring, in order to get through, will be even a bigger challenge than it may seem, because the first ring is gonna essentially be like Throne, where everyone's
That's the
gonna
best
hit
field,
to
yeah.
get it. Yeah.
And you're gonna
Right.
get kicked. So if another clan takes it, you're gonna get kicked off the island and not be able to attack the second ring.
Right. Now I
let's
wonder
see.
if you're far in, would you truly be kicked all the way out, or could you still have those minimum players that are still holding the far in buildings still in? I think.
What do you mean? Like say okay, so say you're like on the third border
Right.
and you kicked out from that one specific section.
Right.
It says it's at 3 minutes 18. It says if your clan captures an opponent's tower, all enemy towns on the tower's territory return to the outlands.
Okay.
So if you're in center and another clan captures your tower, you're out basically.
But I think if your clan retakes it, you can just jump back onto it.
If you have access.
If you have you would technically have to go all the way back.
Well, I don't think so. I think they're gonna allow you. I don't think you have to go like from beginning to end. I think as long as you're holding a tower, because what's gonna happen is, okay, so say this is the closer to the center, and this is the tower, and then this is the guys that are attacking. Say they kick you, and then everyone here gets kicked out, but then these group of players will then kick these guys out, which will then leave all of these open. You could essentially jump to that location if that's open. That because it doesn't say anything about you having to go back from first ring, second ring, third ring, fourth ring. It just says that if it's open, you can jump to that territory as long as you hold the tower.
Right.
Yeah,
right? Unless I read it wrong.
No, you did read it right. The only thing that I would say is maybe even though you have that, maybe you would have to swap places. So like you could ask someone who's essentially, because there's limited space, you could ask someone, okay, this team's going to go in for the onslaught, you guys jump out and then swap with them one by one. Again, it's going to be a mess because we're essentially talking about splitting into 4 teams to hold 4 different buildings. And if your whole team gets kicked every time your building's taken, you would have to do the whole thing again. And the thing that I'm having a really tough time imagining is how your towns get placed around that building. Is it after the successful onslaught, anyone that reinforces by default gets placed there, or do you have to jump there? Like what exactly needs to happen?
There. It says that is 3 minutes 24. It says now your clan can send reinforcements to the tower and place clan members' town on its territory. So you need to jump there.
Do you think the building's going to be shielded for like a couple seconds until you can jump?
That's what I was wondering as well, because I mean, if you need to jump,
I don't think so, because it says,
reinforce.
Didn't they say it's going to be very fast paced? I thought I read somewhere that it's going to be very fast paced. So as soon as it's taken, like, I don't think there's going to be a shield. You're going to have to either quickly retake it,
I don't think so.
or reinforce it as fast as you can.
Yeah, I think so. You need to pull and then jump and then either OS or reinforce.
Just like a thought process of what you might have to do is, if you have 2, let's see, you have 3. So technically you can have a full OS with 2 people or 3 people. 1, 2, 3. You could have 4 OSs. So I'm looking at this one picture, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 slots. So with that, you can have 3 or 4 OSs. If you have 4 OSs set on one tower that's moving forward, you can have 3 attack and 1 as like a backup, and have that one running for like 8 hours. You jump to that location, and if that gets kicked out right away, that OS that is still technically running for the 8th hour or for 8 hours can quickly send the march to try to retake if that one gets taken quickly. Just like tactics to think of. I mean, I don't know.
One question,
because we do that
with the OS. Is this OS already marching, you mean, or is the OS just set?
No, it's set. It's just set and ready to go. It's kind of like what we do with Throne, right? Like we have 10 OSs, 5 of them go at a time, and then we retake it, and then you guys will have, maybe you'll have 2 OSs ready to set to quickly kick us out, but then we'll have something set to quickly kick you out. Like I've seen this a couple times, like during Throne hits, where we have 5 or 6 OSs technically, 4 of them or 5 of them go and kick you guys out. Then we hold for 3 seconds. Then we're kicked out immediately. and then you guys, and then we go and kick you guys out, and then you guys go and kick us out, and then it's like, great, now we got to reset all over again and
It
try to
happens so often.
do the
Yeah.
process.
This was essentially
It's
what
one
we were
thing-
doing last show.
There's one
Yeah.
thing you need to consider. It wasn't mentioned in this video. It was in the last one. Have a look at the last video, the first one. You know, what was it? The 30-second video.
Yeah, we're
Where
just
they
like
just-
showing the.
Exactly. They show different rings, and in the first ring, it has 14 slots, so 14 towns can jump there. Then the next one has 2 less already, so it only has 12, and then it's getting less and less. So
Yeah.
you lose power the more you advance towards the middle.
And that's why I was saying your strongest players may want to be in the middle because you're not going to be able to have as many people reinforcing.
In the middle, it's basically 3. In the first
Yeah.
video, it was 3
Well,
slots.
Now here's my
Yeah.
question. Theoretically speaking, if the first tower has 150 million capacity, right? Very small capacity. Do you think the last tower is going to have like 400 million every time we go up a ring? The reinforcement capacity increases. Again, we know reinforcement is way more than 150, but just thinking about it, do you think it's going to be like that? Because I can't imagine every clan, like all the bigger clans, advancing all the way just to get kicked and then resetting all the way from the beginning. It feels like something doesn't make sense. It almost feels like if you get to the center, it's going to be extremely impossible to kick you. And that's why the store is going to come into play by all those 300, 400 million onslaught capacity things.
Wasn't mentioned anywhere how many capacity those towers have, right? I
Right.
can't remember having it seen anywhere. Oh, so we don't know it. It could be that they have different sizes. I mean, it could be interesting to have the first ones with small capacity and the inner ones with higher capacity.
I would think so. I would honestly think so because it would just not make sense. Like going in, especially if they're going to introduce 400 million OS capacity, if it's going to be like 340 million, or we already know it takes 2 or 3 onslaughts to kick you with 330 in throne. So kind of wouldn't make sense if it doesn't change, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a question. Will alliances be able to combine in Asgard? Yeah. I mean, it was announced as an alliance event, kind of.
Right.
It said alliances will play an important role.
But it would have been funny to... I mean, it's replacing a kingdom event. Would have been fun to do kingdoms against kingdoms.
Yeah, I would have. I don't think Torin will be joining us today, guys.
On
I don't
said
see him.
he
Yeah,
could, but you never know.
I doubt it. He would have joined in the first 10 minutes of the stream.
Didn't he give you a thumbs up on
Yeah,
your
he does.
Yeah,
link?
he gave me a thumb like
Italian
like that,
bad
yeah.
word.
Okay. Yeah.
He's probably just listening and
Right.
watching.
Torin, if you're listening,
I'm watching your town names. Nothing changed so far. How's your gold
I know.
doing, Negan?
I still have my gold.
I'm still at 1 billion, so now that I maxed my all my knowledge. It sucked, but
Negan's
I'm
finally
done.
maxed. Yeah.
Now I could save my gold
How do
until
you
the
know
next
if
update.
Torin joins? If he joins, we get a system message probably. Maybe
Yeah,
Negan
usually
gets
he'll-
banned.
Again.
Yeah. He changes our name
Right.
usually when he joins. He could just be spying. He probably is laughing at us.
Do you think the new Asiers will be something you purchase in here inside Asgard?
The store they showed doesn't show Aesir. They just showed town skin, hero skin, and gear, probably the new shaman gear.
But I mean, that's just what they showed there. Who knows? Maybe it changes every Asgard event.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I hope
the
not.
thing is,
I hope not, to be honest.
Because then that means only select clans will be able to get it.
Exactly. Again, it's a good thing to increase the gap in power. I think people need to realize that with everyone being maxed, we plateau. the game plateaus to a point beyond it being fun anymore. But at the same time, it's not fun not having it. Like I sometimes feel extremely jealous at people. Bless you. Bless you, times two.
Thank you.
I feel extremely jealous
Right.
sometimes when people have King's gear and I don't. Like, because
Yo.
we just want it because it's so rare, right? So
Yeah.
it would just make me feel
And it
like
makes
that.
training so cheap.
I don't think I'll ever get it.
I don't think
I
I'll
don't,
ever get
I
it
don't think
either.
I'm ever gonna get it unless um who is it? The Ginger King or Oxy or B are feeling generous one day. Camel. If you guys are watching this, for my birthday, maybe.
Can they give it to other clan members from a different kingdom in a different clan? I'm with you in spirit if you choose.
Yeah.
Um,
Just saying, my birthday's next month.
what's your
Oxy.
opinion on the chief being able to choose who gets rewards in the store? We kind of like touched on it, but we never got into it. What's your guys' opinion?
I think it's gonna be hard. I think it's gonna be very selective to who obviously performs the most. Because like I'll do as much as I can, but my credit card can only go up to a certain limit, right? So I think it's gonna be hard, and I feel like it's gonna be very selective to those that perform the most, and they might look at those that are doing their best, but in reality, those that perform the most are the ones that are consistent and will be able to do more the next time as well.
And in most cases, those guys will be elders, which kind of makes everyone kind of feel a little bit disappointed. But there is a reason they're elders. They're always on. They're always playing those events, and they're always spending. So to me, it makes sense. But for smaller clans, it could kind of be difficult.
Yeah, I think it is what it is at the end of the day. Like being in Ret, I knew going into Ret, I wasn't expecting any King's gear. I wasn't expecting any special treatment being a streamer. I just wanted to have fun playing with them and having a new experience playing with Ret, which has been the case. And like even now, I don't expect anything in return for being with them and all that. But yeah, I think some people will for sure be butthurt because they're not getting the specific coins that they might want. But yeah,
It's always difficult when it's an individual deciding who gets what.
Right.
It's
But at the
always
same time-
creating
at the same time,
conflict.
to be fair, sorry, I'm losing my. To be fair, though, I think everyone should be able to vote, or like everyone is able to see their scores, so they can kind of guess who's gonna get it. But I think
Talking
they
about
pretty
vote.
much talk about it, right?
I got a comment from Francie Wancy. He says, "I can't decide who of you three is the most ugly. Let's make a poll."
He's
My-
not even in
my-
my
I'll
stream.
I'll
my,
make a
my
poll.
bot tagged
Ow.
his comment, but I allowed it just for the laugh.
Right.
Who's uglier? Hound.
I don't know.
You're
It's
gonna vote
probably
me.
me.
It's so freaking obvious.
Probably me because I need to hide under a mask.
Or- All right,
No,
ask the community. We'll
It's
see what
me.
they
The
say.
entire community, every time they go on Negan's channel, I just get bullied. I get bullied for my presence. God damn it.
Even though sometimes you save the stream, right?
I guess so. I was being bullied so hard that time. It was actually funny. By Torin, out of all people.
And everybody joined in.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why statistically 9 out of 10 think that bullying is funny.
There you go. Stats don't lie.
Oh, R4 is winning. So far he's the ugliest.
I got the ugly award. I'm proud of that.
I'm
Only
kind
7
of
votes,
scared
though.
to see R4 if he doesn't have like this beard. I feel like if I see him and he doesn't have a beard, then I would be scared. I don't know.
Hell yeah. I
You're
get
all
scared every
beautiful.
morning.
Georad gets extra cookie points. Wait, you shave it every morning?
I had a beard, but this one is not real.
Right.
Funny. We should get Bones in here.
We should. That's what I was telling
Bones,
you.
Bones, are you watching the
R4.
stream?
See, he didn't comment so far on mine.
He hasn't commented mine.
Wait,
Amber's bones around.
And also almost dancing. What are you talking about, X? Is Amber watching yours?
Sorry, Storm. This is a guys only stream.
There's nothing to win here. You can leave.
Right, there isn't a giveaway or anything. Yeah.
He's winning every giveaway, so. Mm.
Oh, can be. What's up?
People on my chat don't agree that the chief should decide.
Who should decide then? Players? Do you
Performance.
think players? Performance. I think the chief will decide based on performance in most cases. At least here in Blood, it's that way. They don't just give it to people. They give it to people
Torrent
who perform.
Shark. No, I only sing Torrent Shark if Torrent steals my gold.
Luckily, I didn't have to dance or sing for him yet.
No, Hound had to.
I had to dance instead of you.
He danced while I was gone.
Yeah.
He would have made me dance, but I was gone. I was busy.
Being bullied
And one
by
thing is-
Torrent and forced to dance. Yep.
There seems to be a limited stock of those town skins. I think that can be very controversial.
The
I mean,
question
they
that
showed.
I have is: do you think the town skin or the store?
Wait.
do you think that's going to be a
Limited
global
stock? What does
store?
that mean?
Jump
can't
if you have the
spend all of
video
your
up. Jump
coins
to
there.
3 minute 54 and look at there's you see the store on the right side, and it has a number below the item. So the the left one has 2 times, then 4 times, 5 times, 7 times. That's the amount of times you can purchase it.
Oh.
So total red will only get 12
yeah, okay.
12 town skins, and that's it.
But so this is the store that the chief can buy, right?
Yeah.
And only the chief can buy this.
And only the chief, and he can gift
And
it.
he gives that out to whoever he wants to give it out to. Gotcha. Man, you're
So
gonna have to
preferably
collect a
to
lot of
streamers,
coins.
obviously for.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Wait 1 second, maybe. Oh no, never mind. Sorry, I saw a bunch of messages in the content creator server, but wasn't.
How do we invite someone into the group, Hound?
I can do that actually.
Here, invite
do it.
Bones. He said he needs like 10 minutes, but
Okay, great.
Invite- Oh, I do
Right.
have Bones here. There.
Francie Wancy has more questions. I'm not sure if we answer this because
I've
of
added
your
Bones
rudeness.
here, so you should be able
Yeah.
to join.
Can you attack towns in
that
Asgard?
finally
Yeah, I think
makes
so.
4 of us, and my screen looks good. R4, apparently you destroyed someone's T1s with 50 million T6, and they're not too happy about it. How could you do that?
Yes, I remember I got a not so happy message after this telling me I will get big and then I will burn you.
Oh god. I wish people would burn me, honestly. I feel like it's been so long. Like when you actually hit me the other day, I was like, whoa, something's off.
Negan,
Someone hit me.
scout me now, talking about getting burned.
Oh, he has no more scouts.
Someone finished the rest of my scouts. I'm done with scouts. I have
really? You have no more scouts?
nope. I think I have just a few left. I don't know.
A few
maybe.
million or a few like
No.
thousand?
I tell you. Wait a second. I can tell you.
Oh, there
how
we go.
many I
Yeah,
have left.
there we go. I just scouted.
No, I have like 3 T7 and 60 98. That's it. My scouts are dead.
Shoot, where's my? Dang it.
And I will put the video out about who did it. You'll need to do some fine tuning on the video, and then you will know.
Was it Lev?
Yeah, it was Lev.
It was
And he
Lev.
sent a crazy amount of T7. Insane. Never seen this before.
What the hell? Where's my? I can't find my window. That's not it.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Francie Wendy has some questions for Torin. Torin is not there, or he's not showing, he's just listening. But we will gather these questions, I think, and maybe do a Q&A. I don't know, we are allowed to do Q&As.
Guys, I think
It's
I'm just
probably
gonna
a Q&A
download
question.
the video from Facebook and post it on my channel. Everyone else has done it. At this point,
Yeah.
at this point,
I saw
might as
two
well.
people doing it, and I thought like, okay, guys,
I mean, even the
it's-
Russians are doing it, so.
a
let's do
third
it,
one
let's
is not
do it.
needed.
I'm just gonna leave it be. This will be the chat about Asgard for me.
True.
Our breakdown and chatting.
I really wish Torin would have showed up today, especially after
Oh,
after that.
apparently I'm the ugliest.
Wait,
I'm at
that was the
59%
result?
ugliest.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, did the results turn?
who was second place?
Yeah. Second place was R4, and then
Wow.
Hound was last.
People are too kind to me today. I either get bullied or I get liked by people. There isn't an in between.
That's because your
literally-
thumbnails are photoshopped.
Exactly. My eyes are too big, like they're bulgy. Right. I
Have
really
you
wish
guys
Torin
maxed-
would have showed up though.
Yeah, it would've been
Especially
sweet.
for today.
All three of us are here, man.
No, just because we also had that whole Asgard thing, the
Yeah,
trailer.
that's true, yeah.
So there's a lot of questions. Even I have a lot of questions.
Son of a. Looks
After
like you
hit,
guys
I'm texting
are the-
you. You're a subscriber. Don't hunt your subscriber. Oh, apparently he told you that he's a subscriber, and you're still hitting him. God, I'm dead.
Oops. Yeah, sometimes
You're so mean.
if I smell blood,
How
then
cunning you are! You ask such a question.
Usually I stop. I mean, if I realize
The thing is,
um,
if I was in your place and I was going that whole frenzy mode where I'm not really thinking and
yeah.
trying to break someone's scouts, I wouldn't have time to see their message. I would just be spamming.
wait, what is that march? There's a march marching towards you, Hound.
There is?
I think that's someone's Odin that is marching through your city. Wait a second, what's that?
All right, are we
yeah,
gonna attack this or what?
yeah, Tell is running.
Yeah, tell is running. That's the alliance to blood.
Negan, you need to jump and attack this?
I know. I'm waiting for the clan to see what they say.
Oh, that is... That's crazy. We also have Stronghold Siege, damn it. And I'm not in. Mess.
My head's itchy.
I'm not sure if I understand the question from Crazy Horse. Wait, I'm gonna read it out loud. Maybe that makes sense. He says, what makes sense is to allow clans to capture towers and let them remain for a while, then allow another to enter. This
Oh,
way
Bones is
everyone
here.
gets a chance at the equipment.
I think, is he talking?
Oh.
Oh, yeah, he is. There he is. Bones!
Hey,
What up? Hold on, I gotta create a new freaking image
Yeah.
for you.
See,
I
I'm
also
the only
need
one that was
to-
equipped for Bones showing up.
Ah.
Finally.
I don't know
Okay,
if my
I gotta-
camera is showing up or not.
Nope.
It
Not
is
for me.
on-
I can
Yeah,
see
for
you.
me
I
it
can
is.
see you. You're good to go.
Really?
Okay,
Nice.
awesome sauce.
Start up your stream because we're trying to stream for 24 hours.
Start up my stream.
Yeah, we're doing a 24-hour stream, all three of us. Now you joined us,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
gotta join.
Oh, good lord. I'm in the middle of an SH siege right now.
No, I'm kidding.
I was like, oh lord. I'm like, yeah, this is how you okie doke a streamer, right?
Yeah. Just
Join just for a friendly chat. Oh, by the way, now that you're here.
18
By the
hours
way,
in,
you're live now. Yeah.
24-hour stream. Get in.
Ah, ta, ta, ta.
I gotta
Got all
fix
three of
everyone's
you now.
cameras now.
Yeah, same here. I just did that.
I've been
Discussing the
thinking,
new,
King's
discussing the new
March?
Asgard, right?
Check.
King's March. How big
Oh
of
my
an
gosh.
impact do you think that's going to have in Asgard?
We'll see.
Right now,
We will
Wildflower
see.
has 136 million in an onslaught.
Who does?
Wildflower King.
Yeah, Bees was 157, I
he
think.
had Unity maxed His was.
Oh, you
higher.
gotcha. Yeah, it was like 150.
I just thought about it.
157.
Yeah, 136. Imagine one person sends you 136 million T7s, T8s.
That's pretty cool.
Oh.
Gonna hit like a Mack truck.
There we go. All right, we have all 4 streamers. That's pretty sick.
Well, I want to see how you guys set it up because my stream looks.
Actually,
It
I want to
looks
see all your
cozy,
guys.
but it looks weird, I guess.
I'm quite proud I was able to get all 3 of you in one picture. And you even see my towns. So
Oh, you got us.
Our 3 towns.
And we also see the chat.
Where is? Oh, I don't have chat on mine.
Yeah.
I've disabled that.
mine is the all-in menu. You get everything. You even get avatars.
I don't know whose stream I'd have to watch for which chat at this point.
Clan battles.
There's so many.
Hey,
Hey, I want to
I-
see Hounds. Where's Hounds?
I
Hound stream.
took the easiest way out.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're not even showing anything.
Nope.
It's just us chatting in the chat.
Exactly. That's it. That's it.
That's pretty easy. Nice and
The
simple.
marathon runs for us to like make Torin run from stream to stream right here. We just all do it at the same time.
Okay, so that's yours. Let's see R4's. I gotta find R4. Where's R4? Ah, shoot.
On top of all your subscriptions.
Or
Oh, Negan did the 4 corners thing. That's
Yeah.
quite cool. How do you guys have it so I'm flipped? Like I'm on this side, but then you guys have me looking at the other side.
I think there's a setting to flip it.
Oh,
Yeah, you can flip it.
What the hell?
stop!
Hound's
flipping
doing
me.
backflips now.
No, they're just flipping me. All of them keep flipping me.
Oh,
What am I even talking about? I'm getting
Aw,
flipped.
Yeah,
So
left
how's
one
your
set up
day
pretty-
going, Bones?
pretty nicely.
so far it's going alright.
And what do you think about the Asgard event, bro?
Did you watch the video?
I love it.
No,
love it.
I did watch the video. So I think we're gonna see a home gang with towers, dare I say, and
Yacht.
meet yacht.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really think like this is gonna be the thing of like, you know, you don't have to opt in like home gang, like we don't have to obviously sign up because it's just a legendary competition. So there's no, you know, I mean, it's kind of cool because we're not gonna have to cater to time zones. Because I know, like, I mean, for R4, home gang starts like the first slot would I think be like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
I know for like me, first slot's like 8 p.m. So I mean, it's not that bad for me. But for some of my clannies, you know, it's 1, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I know like you guys, it wouldn't be that bad either. I mean, I think Hound, you're like an hour off me, so it'd be like
Right.
9, 10 at night, and
Yeah.
Negan it'd be like 7, 6 or 7 because I think you're an hour the opposite from me. But
It starts
Um,
at 6 p.m.
so it's like, I mean, it's not that bad for home gang for some of us, but for obviously for the European and then obviously the Russian players, the time frames are just a nightmare to schedule. But with Asgard, you know, I mean, it being a legendary competition like we have for Yacht, it's kind of, you know, I mean, it's just kind of open based. Show up, smash a tower, or show up and reinforce, snag a tower, or try to smash somebody out of a tower, or just fool around in the Badlands with your shield down and, you know, try to get some shards.
But do you think people are going to be going, like bigger clans obviously will probably not be going for towns?
Probably not. I mean, like honestly, I mean that's something I would honestly divert to you and Negan. Like I haven't played in a big clan for a couple years now. You know, I mean, what do you guys think? Like how often during like Yacht does Ret or Blood really go for towns? When you're focused
If
on
I'm
the
being
throne,
honest, 0. If we're doing throne, the only times we hit towns is solo play, scouts.
Yeah.
You don't really see
That's what
anyone
I'm saying.
OSing a town if you're going
You can't.
for throne.
You
just gets too confused.
It's just boring. It's yeah, confusing for one, but it's just not the same as what it was when Jot first opened up.
'Cause it's all
Before
T1
you
and
were
T4 traps, man. It's just so
exactly
annoying.
we can't burn. Like, there's no satisfaction in killing a lot of T1s and then someone's shields. It's just like, what the heck?
Even if you
Like,
list,
that's boring.
like, you remember back in the day, I mean, you would have 6 onslaughts on someone. You send them. Obviously, first 5 are gonna bounce. 6th one's gonna burn the guy. Now, if you have 6 onslaughts on someone, all 6 are gonna bounce, and you probably don't even get to whatever. Like, you need T4s, T7s. You're not gonna get that. You're just gonna get T1s.
And then most of the time, like, I mean, I'm noticing now most of the time in Yacht, you do find a burnable town. You know, you get like 1 or 2 hits in, and they're like, "Oh, shield."
Shield, obviously, yeah.
And it's like so. You know, I mean, I'm gonna say that it's probably gonna be more of that for the smaller clans. You know, I mean, like my clan. I mean, let's face it. Like, even if we didn't split for an alliance, we'd be like a 21 T clan. Like, the chances of us going in a tower against like Red or Blood, it's not gonna happen. I mean, like, even if we were all max players, we're not gonna have the numbers.
But that's the thing.
You know what I mean? Like,
one thing that we were kind of going over before you joined us is we think that the bigger clans are going to be pushed up further into the higher towers. So then hypothetically, there's one of 2 scenarios essentially going to happen. Either all small clans will be hitting on the first ring, and you would see something like the Throne where everyone is constantly hitting T6 onslaughts, I don't know, whatever, and just going for that first tower because that's what they want to hold. Or you would see bigger clans, as we were saying, just hold even the first ring. Yeah, so no one else goes in.
But here's the other thing, is like they said, if you remember, we can hold a total of 4 towers, 5 towers?
Right.
So I mean, where would the plus be for like I mean, so you guys are in clans with like a lot of members.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you run into reinforcement limit problems, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can only have so many in like the Throne or in like a Fury tower. So what do? You spread out.
And that's what we were saying is, like, do you think people are going to split clans? Essentially, is Blood going to turn into 4 Bloods? Is Ret going to turn into 4 Rets? What do you think is going to happen?
I don't know. I mean, so there's been a thing for a while that's been they referred to it as pre-planting. I know a couple of you guys might understand what I mean. So it's like, if RSH is full, and you know, like Hound's in my clan and he's not in RSH.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we tell him to stage a march and start marching slow. You know what I mean?
From far.
Like whatever your hike site is. Yeah, exactly. And so you pre-plant in, and it's like when the numbers rotate out, you run in.
That's the one thing that's going to be difficult, though, because it only says everyone can reinforce from right next to the tower.
So
it has to be linking bridges.
Exactly, which is why would you move to the inner rings?
For points.
So why wouldn't you stage at the outer ring and then bridge in to the inner ring to keep your reinforcement line from coming in?
But you get more points in the inner circle.
You're taking a risk, essentially. Yeah.
Exactly.
But again, what I mean is, if Blood or Red splits into 4 clans, all the 4 clans are holding 4 different linking bridges, making sure they don't hit each other. That's not against the rules. Technically, that's 4 different clans agreeing not to hit each other, and on top of it, you can have extra alliances.
Yeah, exactly. They can ally with each other. Is this where we're gonna see a, 2 top-ranked 5 clans allied together?
Because right now, I mean, if we're being honest, what's the point of Blood, all of their players being in one clan? What's the point of it? It only makes sense in Jot, because Jot, you need everyone to be in there together. The same thing with Ret. I feel like they don't need everyone. Even if they're facing CVC, they just need 20 people at most, 30 people at most. And if they're all able to show up at the same time zone, they're good to go.
Yeah,
there's another aspect. It's the amount of skins that you can actually get. If you're a huge clan, then you will only have 12 skins for the whole clan. If you are smaller, you have a higher chance of actually getting one because
Right. Well, I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same kind of thing of like when we talk on our streams. We're looking at the numbers. We're like, okay, I've got, 10 to 15 of these to give away. There's 50 people or there's 30 people in the stream. You have a 2 to 1 odd of you all. You know what I mean? Of you all getting one. Like so.
We have 2 now.
Like versus you know, like I mean, obviously if our clans were to rank, R4 and I would have better chances of getting skins than like you two. Like just by pure number odds. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you guys obviously in the bigger clans have a higher chance of ranking as a clan. But
then
like
by the
when
time
it
it
comes
gets to us, yeah.
exactly.
So
No, I have to
potentially gather a
say,
lot of-
I've been doing really good lately in my clan, so maybe I do get some stuff. But yeah, theoretically speaking, if we do place, it's going to be a mess because there's just 100 people that need to get rewarded and there isn't enough to go around.
Yeah, at one point I think a clan will have a lot of medals and not being able to spend them probably because the amount of items you can purchase in the store is just limited.
But then do you think they will not refresh the store?
I don't know.
They don't
Like,
refresh
that'll-
the seasonal one either. There
Maybe
are
the
some...
store, maybe it just doesn't run out because it is a legendary store. Legendary
There's got to be
competition.
something in the store. I mean, I pushed the video to that part where they show the store, but I think there's going to be other stuff in the store that just doesn't run out. Maybe big boosts that they can give to players who, you know, if we're using 140, you said 14
Right.
for 24 hours.
100 yeah.
Yeah. So if we're doing that, I guess they could win back big boosts and get rewarded.
Well, and I mean, what about the thing of like we've seen where they're talking about potentially giving us the ability to farm them or earn them too.
Franzi just said, let's see who even has the T8s to hold the tower all the time.
Everyone's going
Right.
to start using
fair
T7s.
point.
It's going to be
Yeah.
T7
I think-
reinforced, half of it with T8 in the back, and then
Yeah.
refresh your T7 wall. Because no one's going to onslaught you like 50 times in a row. It's going to be 4 or 5 onslaughts probably.
Well, and even like
Yeah.
like you two, I imagine like you can burn through a pretty hefty number of T8s or T7s, right?
Yeah.
Like
the
in
Fury
like
where
Fury
we
or the
faced
Throne.
Brett, in the last 30 minutes of that Fury, I lost 1.8 billion T8s. In the last 30 minutes. Just one Fury game. And
Yeah,
before
so, like-
that, I had lost barely any troops. It was just going
But here's
so
the other-
slow.
Here's the other question. So like you guys do yacht, you play Fury hard because you're in a top clan, and you do, you know, now you'll have Asgard and home gangs.
What do you do exactly?
Are we gonna see top clan burnout?
And then that's the point where I was kind of agreeing with N3GAN. Why don't the top clans align and avoid hitting each other? There's so many other clans that you could fight against. Why not?
I think it's all. I think it comes down to a pride thing. But like in my head, I've thought it so many times. I'm like, man, if we wanted to, Ret could hold. Same thing with Throne, but like Ret could hold Throne for 1 week or one event, and then the next one, Blood can hold it, and like we just don't do it. Like we just leave it alone, and Blood could literally dominate, and then vice versa, and like it would go back and forth. But obviously, it
just a
comes
pride
down
thing.
to
Yeah.
it's the competitiveness. It's like we are Ret, we are Blood, and it comes to the clash of who will hold it.
And
so
in all honesty, be honest, N3GAN. Does it not feel amazing to not know who's going to win Throne this time? It's like
Yeah.
it's all the anticipation. You spend 48 hours online reinforcing, and
this
you don't
last
even
one I
know who
wasn't
wins
on
it in
a
the
lot.
end. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't very active this last one, but the Throne before that, like I was pretty active. I was even hosting, which was pretty cool. Yeah, it was fun. The anticipation, like you said, like who's actually going to be holding it,
But the
who's going to
burnout is real. I don't
Yeah.
see how everyone's going to manage to pull through every event. Somehow
think-
they need to
I
figure
think-
something out.
I think it's going to be very T7 heavy. Although they said T8s are going to be very crucial, I think T8s are going to be crucial when you're in the center to hold. But the borders, I think it's all going to be T7s. It's going to be a lot of battles of T7s, maybe T6s. Kind of like with Throne, even now, like we don't use a lot of T8s. Like we use T8s when we're trying to hold every once in a while against you guys, but T7s are mostly what are being used, and then T6s to kick each other out, right?
Yeah.
It's very back and forth. Like it makes no sense to do a lot of back and forth T8 kicks unless you're trying to actually hold it. But even then, it's going to be very like in Throne. It's easier to kick each other out, whereas in this, we're going to be very limited to who is actually going to reinforce what specifically and who's going to be able to attack which tower specifically, because it's all going to be dependent on the bridge that you're able to go to. So
Right.
I don't know. We'll see.
Mhm.
We'll see how it goes, I guess.
You know, sitting back.
Oh, we can't hear you. Something's going on with your mic.
Better?
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
I said, meanwhile, R4 and I will be sitting back with our popcorn.
That's probably what we're gonna do.
Probably
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit back too. I mean, it
Hold on, I'll be back.
depends. It depends. What I was gonna say though is if they kind of mess with the reinforcement capacity, it would make it more interesting. I don't want to like go all the way to the center with like 6 people to hold a tower with like 330 million capacity. That'd be kind of
I mean, there could be a chance for small clans if all the big clans are in the middle
kettle
and-
chips.
stuck there. Basically, then small clans can give it a try on the outer ones
Right.
that are not so contested or not so heavily reinforced.
I feel like
It's
the
like a-
outer ones
Right.
are going to be a mess.
Yeah, but once the big clans are in, they try to advance.
But they need
towards
to
the
hold at
middle, I
least
would
one
say.
bridge, right? To be able to go back and forth.
Yeah, but wait a second. I count the bridges. 1, 2, 3. Six, 27, 28, 29. 29 bridges. Is that possible? It does like make sense. So 20, 27. What did I just say? Towers on the outside.
Right.
If you just need one.
Yeah. I guess. But there's a lot of bigger clans compared to all those small ones.
Right. Well, I mean, like we're seeing a lot of 40, you know what, like 30, 40 and up clans now. T clans that we didn't have before. Like before there was a pretty good sized gap between like after you got out of the top 5 influence. You know, I mean you went down like your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slots on the top of your influence. And then there was a good like, you know, almost 100 T gap right there. Like now anymore it's like the top 40. You know what I mean? Like there is no like top 3 to 5 defined anymore. It's like now there's the top 40.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
So I mean, and I think with the amount of troops that might be needed for this, we might be seeing, you know, maybe a top 60. Like I mean, if people are gonna train that much in preparation for it. I mean,
feel like there's
that's-
going to be something in the game that makes it very difficult for everyone to play. Like there needs to be something that makes onslaughts much more powerful and something that makes defenses much more powerful. And I'm not talking about the new hero skins. It's going to be something that
Right.
not everyone's going to have. Possibly it's
Right.
going to be the stuff that's going to be there in the store, which would make sense. The more you hold the throne, the stronger you are next time in Jot. The
Right.
more you
Yeah, there'll
hold the
definitely have to
Asgard,
be-
probably same thing.
definitely have to be major bonuses.
Right.
And I mean, are we looking at bonuses per league? We're thinking.
I don't even know
Well,
if
yeah.
there is a league.
I don't know if there's league, but the bonuses are for the whole month, isn't it?
They are.
For
Yeah.
the whole month.
Yeah.
They are.
Mm.
It's just
Well, I
so
just meant, like,
crazy.
obviously you wouldn't give a League of Masters clan like the same bonus as a League of Asgard, right?
Well, they kind of do get the same bonuses in Home Gang, right? 200%.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can fight
Same.
for him. Yeah.
I guess so. The thing that really makes me think is, do you think do you think Jot is going to be the secondary event once Asgard is out? Do you think Asgard is going
No.
to win over Jot for bigger clans
No.
at least?
I don't think so. Well, okay, I mean, like, you're in Blood. Is Blood gonna go, oh, look, Asgard, we're not taking the throne this time?
But it
Or
depends.
is Ret gonna
It
go,
really
oh, we're not
depends.
trying for the yacht throne, we're gonna go for Asgard?
I think it really
You know what I
depends.
mean?
If Red doesn't go for Asgard, and Blood goes all out,
Oh,
they
true.
probably won't play Throne that month. They would still go to Jot and play Jot, but maybe not go for Throne and save for Asgard the next one. It would make sense.
Right.
But I mean, again, pride and everything, they might just go for both. And I don't think Red's gonna sit out, to be honest. So yeah.
No.
If there's a chance to get King's Gear, those clans are gonna take it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I was going with, is like, I mean, you'll have, the more you go for the throne and yacht, the more King's Gear is going to be available in your clan. Because I'm sure not everybody in both clans has King's Gear.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, and I'm just using, obviously using Ret and Blood as an example here. I mean, 'cause
You're
both-
right. You're
and
correct.
then-
Yeah.
I mean, so like, you obviously all don't have King's Gear. So I mean, the more they go for the throne of yacht, the more King's Gear they can distribute through their clan, which is going to make them stronger in Asgard. The more they go for Asgard, the more potential they have for the Empress Gear or the Emperor Gear for Shaman, which is going to make them stronger in, Fury, DVC. Like, I mean, at that point, we're going to see clans start to stack up on the amount of legendary gear they have.
Mhm.
Like, that's where I meant, like, do you really think, like, your clan's not going to go for the yacht throne? I mean,
But
King's
I
Gear's
mean,
huge.
the thing to keep in mind is King's Gear really doesn't play a big role in players or in accounts. King's Gear is usually used for onslaught capacity. I think
Right.
Negan can agree with me. And so,
Well, that's what I mean.
so with
Like,
Asgard
so, I
being a
mean-
new event, doesn't that mean that people are going to play Asgard more often and not really care about King's Gear, especially if all their onslaught setters have King's Gear? So they don't really need.
Maybe. Like, I mean,
But are we going to require more onslaughters for
Asgard.
Asgard?
exactly.
Probably.
Like,
Because
that,
let's just say we're like, oh, you know what? Let's hold all of the towers. You're gonna have more than 6-7 onslaughters. Sorry, I'm meaning.
right. Well, you'd think.
But you would be only,
I mean-
only able to hold 4 though.
Yeah.
Wait,
Right, but
okay,
I mean,
so
if
we can
you're-
only hold 4 at a time, like in total.
Yeah.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you can't only attack 4.
No, you could
know what I
attack
mean?
more than 4. Yes.
Exactly.
But then again,
But I mean,
we were
like-
talking about this whole attack thing is you don't get points, you just get shards. So
Right, but here's the interesting thing, though, is like, so they said that you have to attack the Asgard Guardians first out of the tower, right?
Yeah.
Lev
I
said,
mean-
don't forget the 400 OS size, guys.
Right, but are they going to, like, are the, I think it was R4 that brought up on his live that the Guardians in the tower, when he was like, interesting thought, are they going to respawn those?
I
So,
don't
like,
think
if I
so.
hit them out, if I hit the Guardians out of the towers,
Yeah.
and I don't take the tower, are the tower Guardians going to respawn? Like, if you hit it, and it's not me hitting it, are the tower Guardians going to respawn there? You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't think so. I think once the Guardians are gone, they're gone. But I think the Guardians are going to be very difficult to kick. I feel like it's going to cost a lot of troops to kick them. Just the Guardians, especially in the center.
It would be free shards. That doesn't sound like what they would do.
No,
I don't know, man.
Do you not remember when? Okay,
Every
well,
time they
you
say
might
there's
have not
free
been
something, I
playing
get scared.
R4. You might have not been playing when they added Fury though.
Oh,
level
Lord, no.
1 tower, dude. I was maxed
Oh.
T7, and back then
Yeah.
being maxed T7 was quite rare, honestly. And I'm not trying to brag.
Yeah.
But max T7, I could not even break level 2, level 3. I could break level 1 towers with a lot of losses.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
2 or 3 were impossible for solo clans.
Okay.
It wasn't for quite a while that we were, before we were maxing like level 1 through like 3 or 4, let alone like now now there's people solo OSing all the way up to like, what, 13, 14,
14,
higher?
Yeah.
I mean,
I go to level 5 with T1s because they're quick.
I just use Cav T4s for everything, for every level, and it works for me.
I have Siege, so I need to take lower tiers to be quick.
man, I'm rocking all 5 troop types right now, so I just kind of go what I've got left depending on what the tower round is.
Just go with Cav T4s, bro. Get all of them. That's essentially me. Every time we have Fury, I just go for towers. I'm really quick at that.
Do we know if the event's going to take place on Friday or Saturday, replacing KVKR?
I don't know. I mean, the update.
I agree with you, X.
What'd X say?
What did he say?
He said, free shards, no way. It's going to cost a ton of T8s, which is going to cost a ton of shards.
Exactly. Like, okay, Hound, I will give you 1 mil shards if you OS me with 25 mil T8 next yacht.
Right.
I mean, like, where's the return here? You know what I mean?
Even if
But,
the
like-
towers are easy to get through, I feel like the shards that you would need would be astronomical. And again, that's the reason I was saying maybe clans are going to lay off of throne. I could see Blood or Ret laying off of throne. Maybe still taking throne and being king, but not going as hard with T8s, saving their T8s for Asgard, because I feel like Asgard is gonna need a ton more than we would think.
I think it's going to depend on.
Rotate.
I think it might depend on bonuses and stuff too, though.
Franzi said or he thinks he read 400 OS size will be just for towns. Is that
Yeah.
something
Yes.
that you
Yeah.
guys have read?
It's something
Yep.
that you could win, I believe.
There was
Right?
actually
So we can't use it on these towers. They can only be used towards attacking towns.
I can't remember who did
It
the.
was it was Torrent saying it. He said,
Yeah,
"Hey, I still have it." He says, "I have some fresh news. Maybe in the Battle of Asgard, you will be able to get boosts that increase the maximum number of troops when assaulting towns."
Oh, okay.
And then he stated 3 options: 200, 300, and 400 million.
Well, that would
But it
take away the
doesn't-
T1 wall.
Yeah, but it doesn't really specify if it's only for towns, but the way he words it, I guess it can be interpreted
Well,
as
yeah, I mean, that
towns
could be
only.
like
Said
for a
when
town
assaulting
you-
towns. That's what he said. Wait a second. I sent you the image.
I'm pretty sure it means towns only. And there was a lot of people that wasn't happy about that.
Mm.
I mean, Hound, how many OSs do you say it would take for you to get through your wall?
They wouldn't be able to get through my wall. I don't
At
think. I honestly feel like 300, probably.
Again?
I don't know. I feel like at the current moment, if someone hits me with a full T7 onslaught, they're gonna get T1s in exchange for their T7s. So
Right.
Yep.
they're gonna get, if they're hitting me with 150, 160, they're gonna get 160 T1s. So by the time they finish with my T1s, then I have my T4s. Sorry, T3s, and then I have my
Right.
T4s, then I have my T6, and then T7s, T8s. So
That's what left it with my scouts. I had 5 BT1, a billion T4. He didn't care.
I'm telling you, I don't think anyone's gonna be able to get through my. The remedy for the
challenge.
bigger OS
Burn
is
Hound.
going to be that they're gonna add more meat. Obviously, smaller players.
Well, but I
are
mean,
gonna
look, we
adapt.
already have town skins that are trained 17.5 billion. I mean, like, we're all just gonna go up to whale status at this point. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hmm.
Maybe this time instead of T1s, I do T4s just to never be burnable again.
You're already not burnable.
I'm telling you, it's and no one in the right mind will want to burn me. Even if I go to 0 T7s, they will not be able to burn me.
The last
I
time
know-
I was burned was right after the shaman upgrade.
I remember. You
That
messaged
update-
me. You were like,
Yeah, dude,
6
was
onslaughts
like,
suddenly hit me.
I was like, Spartak hit me 6 times in 20 seconds. They hit me so fast, my game couldn't reload to show me I was burning.
Right.
Like, took 2 minutes for my town to actually light on fire. They hit fast enough that the animation didn't catch up.
I burned once on accident. I was out of T6, T4, T7. I was out of everything. And I still had like 200 million T4s. We were T4 OSing a town, and I let them burn me. I just let them OS me, and they got me. That was the one time that I've burned on this account.
Like, and then obviously, like, rebuild. But it's like, now anymore, like, how many fires do you see in Yacht?
It's
Not a
probably
lot.
scout traps that don't have any troops that they're burning.
Exactly.
And then they also
Mhm.
don't have scouts because their scouts are also wiped. So
Yeah.
they're just logged
Like, I
up,
mean,
sitting there burning.
you know, and it's like, so I think honestly that like probably we're gonna see a lot of that in Asgard as too, I'm sure. Like, I mean,
I
like
agree.
we can all go to the Badlands, but like,
Outlands.
I mean, yeah, but like they're all gonna be like yacht is now.
Right. Is there even going to be enough space for everyone?
No, I feel all the scout towns are going to be useless.
Yeah,
I don't
Every
think
scout
I don't
town
think I
kind
will
of.
be going for any town hits unless
Mm.
there's specific town events going on.
that's the other thing is they
Um,
said there's gonna be a whole bunch more events that's gonna go along with this. So I mean, I'm hopefully they bring back that healing competition.
Right, right.
Yeah, that was fun. I mean, I will be going for towns because obviously I will probably not be able to fight those towers, so it's gonna be a vacation event for me, just getting a few hits on
Right.
towns.
Well, then that means we have to come up with new.
There probably will be personal events, Franzi. He was asking about because I think you get medals from different event checkpoints. Also curious if there will be personal events also. I doubt that they wouldn't do any personal stuff.
I think there will definitely be a personal event for sure.
Well, I mean, so I think we're gonna see probably more rotating events. Like during, like obviously during, like we have for yacht, like so we have the key event, the hunt for marks of resolve, had the key event. Sorry, I think we're probably going to see some of those type of events come on during Asgard as well, since they did say like nobody will leave, nobody will leave disappointed.
Right. What were your thoughts on other towers that would randomly you remember guys, we had those NPC towns that showed up in Jot? Went terribly.
Yeah,
But what are your thoughts on towers randomly appearing in the Outlands for other people to
That
kill?
was something that I suggested, like a Fury in Yacht. That would be fun because often the fights and the action is
They
just
had
stagnating.
NPC towns, but then those were impossible to kill because of how terrible they were.
Mm.
Yeah, I
lag,
remember
the lag was bad.
the lag
Everyone
was
wanted
horrible.
to hit them, and
Well, they said
everyone
if you
wasn't
could get through
killed.
the troops, you'd get shards and then you'd get the resources. Like I remember that, but like
Right.
by the time you hit it, it'd take you 15 minutes to get your shaman back, or your
I
hero.
got
or both.
lagged out every time I tried to hit those. When I approached the area,
Half
it was
of the
lagging
time,
so hard.
it was
Kicked me out of the
exactly.
game.
Right.
Yeah.
As X
Or half
says,
the
it's
time you
just a
couldn't look at it.
never-ending cycle of adding troops. I agree.
Yeah. I think when was the last time? I think it was Fury. Like the month of Fury is when all of us ran into that cycle.
Right.
Of like it was just constant. It was constant train die, train die, train die. Well, like train kill die, like on repeat for an entire month, where we
Yeah.
were all just exhausted. We were all just like, I know by like the middle of the third Fury, I was just done. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, I think after not sleeping for that long, by the middle of the third Fury, I was just like, I'm over this. I don't even care if we win or lose anymore. I'm over it. And I think, that's where I said, like, are we gonna see big clan burnout?
I honestly don't think it's something that we won't be seeing. I think either there's going to be big clans splitting to go smaller, and as we said, splitting the rewards, or we're going to see them avoid specific events just to focus on Asgard, or just to focus on Jot, or just to focus on either of those. I mean, it's going to be about who's going to have more T8s in the end, and it's going to be about who has more money to spend. And
Yeah.
I don't think everyone is going to be able to spend every day and every event and every week. Most troops I actually have is T8s, I think, says Franzi. Yeah, but then you're not normal like the rest of us.
Frenzy is not the norm. Definitely not.
Well, it's becoming. You can see a shift where, like, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of people, or a lot of smaller players in the community anyway, especially in proxy, stating like, where's the motivation for them to keep going for these events?
I agree.
Like, they're
That's
aiming.
why I thought this event's going to be much smaller because.
Yeah, I honestly thought it was gonna be like maybe 4 clans against each other
I
trying
even
to
thought as
go all
much as
day at
8
it.
kingdoms, bro. 8 kingdoms
Yeah,
facing each other.
4 to 8 kingdoms. Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
Not everyone. Not everyone all
No.
at once. It just does not make sense.
Maybe there's like, maybe maybe in the course of them running like different events off of it, there might be the possibility for them running like specific tower timers, I guess. I mean, there are still things that they could implement that we don't know about yet.
Right.
Of course, I mean, like we've seen in former updates, like they're kind of notorious for giving us like this amount of news here and then adding this amount of stuff here when it actually comes out.
Mhm.
So I mean,
Always.
it could be that, or it could be like we've seen before with like the Fury changes and stuff. Like it comes out, we have one, and then like a week later we're getting another update that fixes or changes, not necessarily fixes, but changes the parameters of the previous update.
But then, do you think whatever update we get will reduce the amount of kingdoms that could go there? I feel like if they've set it up for the entire map or the entire game to be able to jump there, I don't think they're just gonna remove that feature.
Well, they could if enough people complain about it. What
Yeah.
was it where everyone was complaining about something specifically? I'm trying to remember what update it was.
Home gang. There was home gang.
Was it Home Gang?
Yeah.
But Plarium went back and they changed something about an event completely. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Let me see. There was home gang. People were complaining that the influence sizes didn't work, so they made it to where now you have to be a certain influence to play. There was the CVC differences, the league differences. You know what I mean? Like, there's been a
there's
couple of
still
ones.
not enough space for
Wait, was it-
everyone to get into home gang.
Was it CVC
Oh.
where they changed something dynamically in CVC? Everyone complained about it, and then they reverted back
checkpoints.
to its original.
Checkpoints.
Yeah,
they
it was
added
checkpoints,
so
wasn't
that
it?
You got
Yeah.
checkpoints for training and killing and all that stuff, and then they removed.
So I
that.
mean, theoretically, if this new event is a major bust, no one enjoys it, everyone complains. Could they maybe change the dynamics of the event and be like, okay, maybe we'll listen to what everyone is suggesting, including the streamers, and make it 8 kingdoms against each other versus the whole freaking game.
I guess
They could.
the other thing that you kind of said that also makes sense is we don't know until we try all of this stuff on our own. So maybe
Yeah.
we're
Right.
just overthinking it at this point. But a very big but is that I don't think we're overthinking it. I think it's just going to be way too difficult for the smaller clans to get a piece of the action.
Yeah.
Maybe, or we might see a more of an advantage for bigger
Franzi
clans
likes.
allying
sorry.
with smaller clans.
Yeah. Franzi said he likes the whole idea of every kingdom. I think
I
he
guess
said,
it
I
makes
think
sense.
whole game is better. But I mean, at the same time, they could essentially create several servers and divide kingdoms to go and participate in, like many thrones, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got the money to do it.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see how this one goes. I'm still hoping they do some adjustments towards maybe reducing it to a few kingdoms against each other, especially as it's replacing a kingdom event.
Right. I would
I'm-
really like it to be a kingdom event. I could see how kingdoms can take advantage of it. Even then, though, kingdoms like Blood and Red, there's already like a ton of clans in there. So,
Yeah. A lot of moochers.
It
Yeah.
would, and I would think that blood and red are gonna face each other every time though. As if they go to something like that, we would essentially be facing each other every time.
So you
Mm.
guys face
No
each
other
other every
kingdom
time now?
No, like I meant in Jot.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, we got Diktat for CVC, and then Red somehow found their way into our kingdom, and then
Yeah, when the stream started, it said they were both in your kingdom, right?
they both are in my kingdom currently. R4 has
Yeah, look
the
at my
up.
stream. We're
Yeah.
standing right next to each other. It's a very rare combination, probably happening once every 10 years.
Yeah, once in a
Yeah.
blue moon for sure.
Once every 10 years.
Let me see this. Oh.
Most kingdoms are dead as hell. No fighters. Needs to be a global event.
Well, but if the kingdom is dead, what does the global event do? Like, that means the kingdom can't jump there.
Right. So
Dead
it's,
still doesn't take up space in an event. They need to just get rid of the dead. Like, I mean,
Maybe part of Asgard should have been the shield, the famous N3GAN shield dropper repute that you got to hand out.
Yes. No, I seriously want that repute. It'd be awesome.
I feel like
It
it'd be
was
too
fun.
dangerous for smaller players.
What, the repute?
Yeah. I don't.
That's
I
the
sit
point.
unshielded. No one hits me.
That's
But
the
the
point.
smaller
Hold on.
players, right?
Let's go find someone who's hiding in the shield, has no kills.
There probably is a lot of them. Damn, I'm so sleepy
Yeah.
today.
They're just mooching. They're just mooching your rewards when you guys win.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find
Taking
one.
tiles, putting up a cook domain, and then just log in.
Yeah. Like this guy. Okay. I'm gonna find this one.
Hmm.
This one. Okay. Her name's Katie. Only has 101 billion kills. She's that would be hard to kill. 5.3 trillion. But if she's in the wrong gear, then it'd be perfect.
Right.
I mean, it can go quicker. I had some hits where I killed billions, 3 billion of T1s. Really depends on knowledge, gear, boost. It is feasible.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like this. Okay, let's see. Irish something. Yeah, this guy only has 2 billion kills. Has not that a lot of troops, but he's shielded for who knows how long. 19
so
hours.
are we saying like they should just port the long shields that like quit the game or something to Asgard and just let us burn them?
No, I was saying that we should have the ability to have a repute that allows you to drop shields.
Oh, I still think they should allow us. I still think they should allow us to have the Koenig be able to like yeet us, delete us out of the kingdom.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, dude, like, hey, sorry for your luck. You haven't been here for 35 weeks. You're shielded for 2 years in my kingdom, and you're 1 trillion influence. Boom. Bye. I mean,
That's what I was.
Would be fun to
going
be
about.
able to kick players using Drakars, for example.
Yeah,
So
you
like
use your
the-
own cars to kick someone.
yeah,
But
I would totally be for
didn't
that.
they
Like,
say
yeah, I
that
hope.
Asgard store is going to have kingdoms that you can buy, something like that?
They said
Shields?
it was a possibility in the future to buy a closed kingdom. Like, now, if they mean buy a closed kingdom, as in like,
Who goes?
Okay,
in
so,
there
like,
then?
this is my server now, like this is my kingdom, and like only my clan is there, or as far as like buy like a kingdom shield, you know, like a kingdom bubble, so like people can't port to your kingdom. Like, I don't know. I mean, if
If
you
your
know, like,
kingdom's already messed up, like what? How good does that?
it's not going to affect anything.
Right.
I mean, you're just meaning like all you're going to do is like necessarily make the other clans that are in your kingdom even madder, because then like their recruitment goes to like a slim sip. You know what I'm saying? But like not, you know, I mean, obviously if you're looking at something like that, you're not really concerned about the other
Call
clans.
it the purge
But-
repute, they say.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what I like about the Asgard event is the fact that for me as a streamer, I have the possibility to interact with other people, because so far Jotunheim is the only event where I can do some events and people join by attacking me. I got some interaction, so that's something I like about it, to at least find a few positive points about Asgard
You know what?
event.
Yeah, that's true. Because that gives us more opportunities to do, like, for us, to streamers, more, like, more than once a month type of event.
Right.
Where we're all doing stuff.
Asgard
So more
should
giveaways.
just be us sitting in this call like right now and just dictating what's happening around the map. North, south, east, and west.
We could start doing a streamer commentary.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been fun to have early access to the event. I mean, we suggested it. They didn't like our idea, but that would have been perfect, because now we're just guessing what the game mechanics will be like. Would have been fun to really test them out. Hound against me.
Right.
Who holds the tower longer?
I'd be afraid Negan would burn me.
Me?
Yeah, probably.
I couldn't burn you.
I think
Hound
it
has the troops.
wasn't it Hound that told Negan I'd send my hero and shaman out for you?
It doesn't matter. Like, even if I send my hero and shaman out, I don't think it matters. We were,
Let me
we were
test
meant
that.
to test that. We were
Yeah,
meant to
wait a
test that.
second. How do
Apparently,
I do
they
this?
said
Let me check.
someone said that they were gonna fix it, didn't they? Check your gear.
I like Asgard event, but I need more players for
I'll
it.
check your gear.
Yeah, you do, Franzi. If they changed all events to
Should be good
global
now.
with clan matchups, this would be far better than KVK events. Also, no kingdom rewards, so nothing to steal by lazy players. So what they're suggesting, Komo's suggesting that every event be global, but it would be for clans, for specific clans. So I guess instead of Fury tiles, you get resources.
Oh, Negan
to
is show
directly.
sponsors.
Negan sponsored by beef jerky? What?
The green chips bag hardly shows up with the green screen there, bud.
My bad. My hat shows, but
Oh, it's Miss
How-
Vicky's.
yeah, it's Miss Vicky's the
Is it
jalapenos.
God, I hate
Yeah.
you, Negan. Please.
It's invisible.
Negan's gone.
Oh. I haven't had
Yo, I-
chips in so long. Oh my god.
I thought about buying a full green screen suit.
Negan
Hound,
has
your
the cloak
face.
of invisibility on. Should I send my
Yeah.
hero
Hound
out?
yeah, send it out.
Yes.
I sent you
Okay,
10
wait,
million
I gotta heal
T1.
this.
I killed 1.5 million of your T1. Now send everything out.
Okay.
Hold on.
Then we
Hold
test
on.
Send
again.
everything out.
Wait.
The problem
And don't
is I
look
have
at the
to-
game. So if the ratios are good, don't look at the game, okay?
Wait, I need to find someone far. Okay, are you ready? Because they're.
No, hold on. Almost. We'll see how this goes. All right. I'm ready.
Send it out. You have double hero on?
Yeah,
Hound?
go. Now it's both marches are out. Go R4.
Okay. 10 million. Let's see. Oh, you're burning.
Yeah,
Just
so the
joking.
thing is, I only had like 6.7 million T1s, so you can see the ratio.
How many? How
It
many
does
did you
make a
send, Adam?
difference. So with the first hit, I attacked with 10 million T1. The first hit, I killed 1.5 million of this
Nah.
T1.
Go big,
And-
go home.
He sent
And
me.
the
He's
second one,
attacking
I
with
killed-
T7s.
Second one, I killed
Relax.
1.9 million.
Oh my lord.
So I attacked. I sent 49.8. I killed 26.5. 21 mil was T3s. 5 mil was T1s.
Yeah.
And those ratios suck. He's also Siege, so it's not the
Right,
greatest
you're a
for
melee
me.
Player, you're right.
See, like the punishment for having nothing should be a lot more.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
And someone actually wrote that in my question and answers to Torin, and I think they said that they're going to be working on it. But yeah, the punishment should be brutal. Like it should be. I mean, we should be able to do a lot of damage. Maybe not burn them by ourselves, but if a full clan onslaughts someone that has no troops or no shaman or hero at all, they should be doing like a lot of damage.
I mean, they're working on it by
Yeah.
implementing those town skins. The next town skins we have in the rotation are purely against towns.
Right, but is the bonus going to be big enough though? That's the thing.
I don't know. I can test. My town skin just needs about 750 million shards. So if you could just send me these shards, then I max my town skin, and then I tell you, okay?
What level are you on that?
I'm on level
Now-
3, trying to get to level 4. It needs 1.5 billion shards. I have 780 million.
I don't mind the idea of global clan events, but I don't see how Fury could be a global clan event
I mean, unless you're the only clan in a
in
kingdom,
the kingdom. Yeah,
then it's still like a 4-way CVC for you essentially.
it's a
Hold
home
on.
gang on steroids. God,
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
I saw the Asgard, like, I was already not feeling good, but then you told me to check out the Asgard video, Bones. I
like,
looked
look
at
at
it
this!
and I was like, dude, ugh. Everything looks okay except everyone gets to play? Like, it's so bad. I feel like it's gonna be so messy.
I think I don't know. I think there's gonna have to be some things that are changed or restrictions or limitations, I guess, put on things, or even higher bonuses that apply when doing certain things.
I agree.
So like, I mean, like if you get a 400 mil person OS, you know what I mean? Like you're capable of OSing a town 400 mil. Does that also give you a multiplier to your like offense in an onslaught?
Probably not.
No, but you see what I'm saying?
It should,
like
though.
I mean,
It should,
that
though.
would
Yeah.
that would be a huge game changer. Like at that point, if you were like, okay, so we've got 400 mil people in this OS or 400 mil troops in this OS, so and then like it pops up with, okay, you also have like 200% army offense in onslaught too with it. You know what I mean? Like that would eliminate a lot of this whole like I don't know if I even want to call it troop hugging. I almost just want to call it like like Wall of China building. I mean, it would eliminate the whole scouting a town that has no scouts but has
Right.
like 30 billion T4.
Here's the thing that I was thinking about all of this. Like, with all the secret knowledge that they've added, obviously other accounts are also able to max out and catch up in their secret knowledge. But
Right.
with like the frenzy, the town frenzy, even at the very start, I feel like the offense made no difference. Do you guys know which one? The bloodlust thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it made
Yeah.
barely any difference. So,
Yeah,
are
true.
we ever going to go to a time where you can still zero everyone? Or is it just that, well, we're past that period in the game, no longer able to zero everyone, and you just move on? You don't play towns
That
so
was-
much.
That was one of the funnest things in this
It
game.
was the most
risk,
fun thing to do, and
the
the job was
risk-
the most fun event.
yeah, the risk of being zeroed and the risk of or being able to zero someone was one of like the funnest features of the game.
Yeah.
Seeing people buy freaking troops and then just zeroing them completely because they didn't have the knowledge to actually use them was awesome. It was what made me start playing the game. Was like, oh man, I just saw someone drop like $300 and they don't have the knowledge and they just bought a bunch of troops. Let's zero them.
Dude, I used to
when they're-
make 10 million T1s, and my town was un-OSable. 10 million T1s! Right now,
Yeah.
R4 just sent me 2 marches of 10 million T1s.
No.
And it probably takes them 2 seconds to train those. Isn't
How
that
far
so
how far
crazy?
did you get with your 10 million?
I got zeroed, obviously. I forgot one day to. I was in Invader Gear, and back then
Oh.
we didn't even have Invader Gear. I think I was in. I think Khazar.
Those were the days of Link's gear, wasn't it?
No, it was Khazar or something like that, where you had that bow that gave you experience for your monarch. So your monarch would level up, or whatever it's called. I don't know. I'm mixing games. But to level up to like 60, you needed to hit invaders essentially for XP. And so I was in that gear, and then they got me. But even then, dude, the cost of making 10 million T1s was just so astronomical. I remember borrowing resources from people to set up 10 million T1s, and then they would get angry at me for not being able to pay them back.
I remember talking about how to create trap towns and how to you could do like solo traps. Like I remember doing solo quick trapping where you have one account that's your alt, and it's like hitting empty towns, jumping from location to location, and I would try to do this on purpose so that someone would see it, and then you would jump from a location and see if they follow. And it was like, sweet, you catch the bait, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna jump one more time, and then I'm gonna quickly reinforce from my main account, and then I would do that. Like I would jump, reinforce quickly, and I would have not a crazy ton of troops in the alt, but there'd be enough so that they would show damage. But then my big troops would be in there to defend.
Hey, Siren, welcome to the stream.
And then they would attack, and they'd be very confused as to what's happening. But now it's like, oh, I'll just send an onslaught of like 60 million, and you can only reinforce like, I don't know, like what's the max reinforcements you can do even now with the level 40. Like
in the town,
I don't even know. Yeah, in a
I
town.
already did 15 million on our
18
traps.
million, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think it's
more than
18. I
15.
think it's like 18 or 20 if all knowledge is done.
Right.
Okay, so I mean, you could still technically trap, but it's not the same as before, where you were able to like actually send in reinforcements and defend, because their max march was like 5 million. Or less. I don't know what it was back in the day. I forget.
I think now to try for that, you'd have to go like back to the defensive OS.
Yeah,
You know,
you have to
all of
create
us
it on
use-
OS to be able to defend.
Yeah.
Because otherwise
Back
they
then, it was
OS
so-
you
it
and
was
you
so
get kicked.
good. It was so good setting up trap with defensive OS, and then the trap had scouts in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
Can't do that now.
No, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we're seeing, maybe that's going to circle back around at some point on a grander scale, just due to all the other things that they're adding now. I mean, because we have seen these types of things go in cycles before, and I'm not saying that they're going to rehash old gameplay, because I mean, I think that the strategy at some point might circle back around to that. You know what I mean? Just in like new competitions or in new ways than what we've seen before.
The thing that I think really ruined the game is ladder packs. Packs have ruined the game.
Yeah.
It was so expensive to get knowledge done that you would have updates, and then years later, 2 years later, was when someone would be able to max that for cheap. Right now, if you have an update, 2 months from now, people are going to max that for dirt cheap compared to the people that did it the day of the update. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the packs definitely ruined it for everyone.
And again, it puts pressure on them because people are mixed within 1 or 2 months to add
Some more
something
content needs to be
again.
added.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, then you
The
have
only-
the thing too of like even the people that like you're giving an update that's so huge, and to where people either don't know. I mean, like for instance, and this is an example. Like, how many people do we see on average in competitions that are using T8s that shouldn't be using T8s? Like, obviously, like maybe like your guys' competition you don't see it, but I know like R4 at like his clan level, they probably see a good chunk of it. My clan sees a good chunk of it, and like, it's still like, I mean, it still catches me off guard enough that I'm just like, who was that? Like really? What was it? Those T8s didn't kill my T1s. What happened? Like, I mean, it still like catches me off guard, but there's that pressure on the smaller player if they want to compete. You know what I mean? That they have to try to take either shortcuts to like catch up with those of us that are maxed or almost maxed, or they have to spend, they have to fill in that gap bend and just dump a bunch at once to catch up, or or a lot of them just turn around and like a lot of them just turn around and they just don't play anymore. Like they start taking time off. And like Hound said in that interview video with me, of like, when you took a month off and you came back, bam, update. Like literally, boom. Like it was like the next day.
I went from knowing
Hound told me that
exactly. Yeah, go ahead.
Like
go ahead.
Hound told me that night before, he was like, "Yeah, I've kind of been around. Like I've been around, but I haven't been around." Like
I went from knowing everything to like just coming back, and everyone was like, "Oh, this." I'm like, "What the hell is happening? It's all happening at once."
Here?
You know about celestial gems? Which celestial gems? I'm like, celestial gems? What are we talking about?
What the
Those
freak
gems
is
are
that?
getting upgraded. Yeah.
I think like Negan brought it up when he did that video on like the secret knowledge, like the new one, like right on the update. And he said like, don't forget the wording. Like Negan gave us his infamous warning, don't forget the wording. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a lot of people forget that, like, oh, well, I'm in a fortress, so just fortress is good. But they don't keep in mind that like offense, defense, health play into fortress. You know what I mean? Because they affect your troops.
Right.
And then like every single one out of those 6 trees has T8 knowledge in it. So I mean, truly, can you really call your T8s maxed before all the T8 knowledge in every tree is done? Well, I mean, like, I know I wouldn't, like that, but that's me. So like, I mean, we're seeing packs that are meant to catch people up, but at the same time, those packs that are meant to catch people up, like obviously give those of us that are already caught up like way more of an advantage and cause
In the
way
next
more of a gap.
update. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I maxed the SK2 update. Other than Towns, I'm going to be honest. Other than Towns, I maxed it with $300.
Dang.
I hate.
I wish I would have done it the smart way. Oh man, I
I know
regret the way
everyone
I
spent
went
their
through it.
gold on Invader Juice or boosts. I was just keeping. I was hogging mine when everyone else was spending it. I was like not able to hit Uber Chiefs as much because I wasn't really spending my gold, while everyone else was like crazy hitting Uber Chiefs. But then when the update hit, I had the advantage over everyone else.
I was also taking it slow. I'm glad I did it this way because everybody else made bad experiences and told
And you
me,
just learned from them.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah. I know. I just maxed my secret knowledge, my level 2, and yeah, I regret the way I went.
You like it when people use
So much.
T8s?
We need one of those. Like give us a one time redo the order. You know what I mean? Like
everyone was
I'm
telling.
almost.
That's gonna be in the Asgard store.
No. I'm almost.
Everyone was
right as
talking
I
about
finish
that
my-
for Valkyrie, right? They were like, I did my Valkyrie like 64
Yes.
years ago. Why not?
Yeah,
reset it?
exactly.
Makes
Exactly.
sense. For that,
Like
it
I've
makes sense.
almost got my 6th tree done, and like I still have to drop down and finish my 5th tree because I skipped towns. Like
I could
I started
reset, I would
it, I picked
definitely
my
reset.
order. I picked my order and started it, and then was like, no, I'm not doing towns anymore. I need to get offense, defense, health done. And by then, defense was my 6th, and so it's like I literally have 1 down on everything left on my 6th tree, and then I still have to go back and max towns out. But it's like I wish I could have rearranged that order. But I mean, then by now, like, once you're on the end level of it, it's like it doesn't even matter anymore. You just kind of accepted fate. Like, I did this to myself. Haha. I mean, but
I won't even finish my last secret knowledge. My last one is towns, and I feel like, first of all, I don't need towns.
It's useless.
And the importance of it is the looting with every town skin that it's going to be released. We talked about this yesterday, Hound.
Right. Yes.
Well, and the other thing is, like, really, I mean, I know for me and Yacht, I'm sure, like, you guys are all the same way, too. Like, I don't get hit.
I don't get it.
Like, I mean, sure, if somebody, like, like Hound jumping next to me and being like, oh, it's Bones, NKT1. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, here, have 10 mil T1. Hi.
I'm
You know what I'm saying?
I'm dead. That's me.
Like,
I was
mean,
scout testing them, and then I went back, and they were still there. So I was like, maybe their scouts are weaker now. So I sent another 10k T1s.
Oh, dude, I'd practically taken a nap. Like, I looked and I was like, oh, it's Hound. It was like an hour and a half later. I look and I'm like, oh, there goes Hound again.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
I was like, maybe
it's
these
like, we
scouts
don't
are
get-
weak now. Maybe he forgot to boost.
we don't get hit in towns.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and that's it. And there's a lot of yacht that's the same way now. We don't get hit in towns. So
For
Asgard
the
coming
right
up with
reasons,
the towers.
right? I mean, we're impossible to
Exactly.
kill. But then we kind of don't want to be impossible to kill, but then we can't kind of
Right.
not be impossible to kill.
Right.
It's impossible.
Exactly. I mean, like, I looked the other day and I laughed. Somebody made the comment to me. They're like, does anybody under 1 trillion get hit in yacht? Or, I mean, does anyone over 1 trillion get hit in yacht? And I'm like, well,
Not a
I mean,
lot
that's
of them.
kind of a moot point. I'm 1.9 trillion zeroed right now without troops. So, I mean, even if somebody was like, oh, well, nobody over 1 trillion gets hit in yacht anymore. If you have half of your secret knowledge 2 done, you're over 1 trillion.
Right.
I mean, like, so it's like, you know, like, it's really a matter of, like, A, how many troops do we all really need? Because, like, I mean, as our knowledge, like, grows up and stuff. And then B, we all have so many troops because of the achievements and other things accrued up that I think, like Hound was saying, like, how many of these people are just going to say forego, like, yacht and go to Asgard? Well, I mean, if you can grab a tower, chances are you're going to go for Asgard versus yacht because, I mean, let's face it, you're not going to get hit in yacht. I mean,
Might as well.
short of you having a defensive town that you're reinforcing or that you're, you know what I mean, that you're defensive OSing from, like, you're not going to do anything in yacht unless it's, like, going for the throne, which, I mean, even then, like, you know, like, once your clan maxes that, if you're not going for ranking or for holding it, yacht's over. Like, short of, like, you know, and like somebody said in a Hound stream during yacht, I set an alarm for when these events are. I log on. We send a couple OSs. My clan and I send a couple OSs to the throne. Our events maxed, and we log off.
Log off. Because you don't
So-
want to do anything else unless you want to place in them.
Exactly.
I just checked. I'm below 1 trillion with buildings and knowledge.
If you get burned, you go down there.
Yeah, true. Without troops, I'm below 1 trillion. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why.
And
I'm,
then fill the gap with T1s, and then you won't ever burn again.
I remember I hit a town. I think it was level 38 or something,
that's-
even 36. It had
How-
400 billion influence. I hit it because obviously that would have
Mhm.
burned pre-patch, but it was unburnable. It had. Then I scouted and I realized, okay, it has 150
There was a
billion T1.
326 billion town, castle level 32. 32. No gems, no new knowledge, nothing. And that town was not burning in Jot.
Oh my
Dude,
gosh.
Craziest thing. I saw the craziest thing this last shot. There's a Hound's been replaced by gummy bears. Oh, that was weird.
Sorry, I'm
It's like,
trying.
I look over and there's like a little like gummy bear dancing like where Hound's at, and I'm like,
Wait, what's up?
I'm looking from one screen to the other, and I'm like, Hound, this is a new look for you. I don't think I approve. Like, this is
Suddenly-
Yeah,
weird.
I'm sorry. I'm testing a new bot, and the bot keeps adding some ads from time to time, and I have an overlay for these ads. I'm just testing it, and the overlay is above you, Hound. So you were a gummy bear while you
For a
were
second.
talking.
Right.
I think Hound's thing, like where you brought up like how important the towers are going to be for players. I think that's spot on. I mean, this last shot I saw level 35 not burning.
I saw
And when
level
I scouted
32,
him-
man, that was kind of like mind-boggling.
Exactly. And when I scout them, they've got like 40 billion T4s. So,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, to combat that, playing towers would be the way to go.
Yeah,
You obviously
it
can't
makes
stick 40 billion troops in a tower.
playing towns is no longer fun. Like when doing tile attacks is more exciting now than actually doing town attacks, because at least with the tile attack, you know, you're either going to fail because you're too weak, or you're going to win because you're stronger than the other person. And so towers, again, it's the only way to really play now, because like towers or tile attacks, because you know you're either going to fail with your attacks or you're going to win with your attacks, and you're going to reap some sort of reward. Versus towns, you know, you're always going to lose no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And tiles are also interesting because you get different results when you test them.
Right. I mean, well, and that's, you know, like it took us a while to figure out why our scouts weren't denting like a level 13 tower until we found out, you know, the scout numbers that are in them. But it's like the same thing. It's the same thing for like, you know, towns now. There's just no, like Negan said, there's just no incentive. Like
Right.
we know we're gonna bounce.
Right.
Like we just know we're gonna bounce.
I need to end my stream. I don't know about you guys, but yeah.
Yeah, it's also past
Somehow we
11
wanna
p.m.
wrap
for
this
me.
up. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
gotta
overall
bounce too.
the conversation has been great. We've had a lot of good points that we brought up, and we don't always have the answers. If Torn was here, we might have had a few more answers.
What the freak, Torn?
Yeah,
Got four of
so
us in
jerk.
one spot that you could make us dance.
3 of us
Still
in
waiting
the
for
same
Negan to
kingdom,
sing Baby
dude.
Shark.
That's gonna never probably ever happen again. But yeah.
Oh, wait until he takes your gold.
Yeah, I was overall really happy, even though like we didn't all of us get a ton of viewers on each stream. I think overall our streams did well, and more than anything, I feel like the topics that we discussed were refreshing and good. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's my piece
for
on
sure.
it. How do you guys feel about today?
I think it was good. I enjoyed it. I like when we do like collabs type streams just like this, talk about
Yeah.
the game, but it's
Yeah.
as long as there's something to actually talk about. Otherwise, it becomes very repetitive. Like there was something that that R4 was saying is like, okay, well now that Torn said no to Hound, no to him, and maybe to me, is like, what are we actually gonna do? I was like, maybe we could do tests on things. He's like, well, we
Yeah.
already did tests. I was like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, the game is kind of stale when there's nothing to actually do. It's not like Call of Duty where you can like all
Every
four of
game
us could
has-
essentially play, and every game something's new.
Something
Right.
It's literally like we're just looking at our towns the entire time. Or I had the freaking video looping every once in a while so that there was something happening in the stream. But when
Yeah.
there's not educational, but like an actual constructive, solid discussion, when we're able to actually be like, oh, maybe this will happen or this makes sense. It's definitely something that you can take out of it versus
Right.
me just doing a stream solo, hitting freaking invaders for an hour and then being
That's
like,
me,
all right,
that's
thanks
me,
for watching,
that's
guys.
me.
Yeah, and see your bot doing the work. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the game in general, it's not that streamer friendly because there's not a lot of stuff going on. I mean, you see
Being
my
a
game in the
streamer for
background.
this game is hard.
It is
Yeah.
hard.
A streamer for any game, any play or pay to win game is hard. Like
The thing
it's
is, most other games somehow have some sort of incorporation where you get some different mechanics, or like battle reports work differently in different
yeah,
events.
it's true.
Even like, dude, imagine if you went to Asgard and you onslaughted people in towns. Just because they're in Asgard, you start killing their troops from their T7s. You go backwards. You hit and you
Yeah,
hit
yeah.
T7s and then you go down to T1s. Wouldn't that make a
Like,
massive difference? Like, how is
yeah, like
Asgard
War and
the
Order?
same as Jot? Jot's the same as Fury. Fury's the same. Like, all of them have the same mechanics. So there really isn't something massive different from them. There's just different venues for them.
Maybe there's a reverse card in the Asgard store. When you buy it and then it.
Every time you
Oh.
onslaught, you hit T7s instead.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go with the 2 billion T7 walls.
Right.
2 billion. What is 2 billion? I have like 6 right now.
Oh,
Even I have 1.5.
I think I have 6. No, I have less. I'm
I think I have a total.
exaggerating.
If I add like all of them together, I think I have 1.2,
I have 3.3.
1.5 billion maybe.
Usually I don't
Hound,
have that many.
How many do you have?
T7s? I think I have like
Yeah.
6 billion right now.
Okay.
Wow.
Do you have more T8s than 7s, or do you have more 7s
No,
than 8s?
I have 1.3 billion T8s
Nice. I have 435 million. That's it.
with no
Slowly,
shards or with shards.
yeah. Now that I max my knowledge, all of it's going straight to the
Oh.
T8s.
Right.
It's kind of exciting, but at the same time, yeah.
Eli says he has 60 million. Well, jump here, Eli. We will welcome you with a battle report.
Another scout and town hit on Eli. No, he needs time to train. But yeah, I'm gonna end my stream here. Thank you so much to everyone that showed up to my stream. And yeah, thank you guys for making
I
time.
join by leaving as well. Yeah. Thanks for the summary, Hound. And I think it's. Well, I hope next time we get Torin, because
I hope so too.
if such controversial content is released, we need answers, and
definitely do.
Torin needs to
Yeah.
be there.
Yeah.